I do want to thank Rick Prasad for having some faith. Last year we finished and we struggled, we know that, but he had faith in me, asked me to stay on board, and I was more than happy to do it. We've had exit interviews with all the kids. One of the things that came up that was pretty much consistent is when I took over in May, we had Brett Luker. That was it. Didn't have anybody else. We hadn't had anybody else signed. We knew we had some good local talent around, and that was our focus. So we went out and we signed Jared Markey, Isaac Shocker, Jeremy Musso, Dallin Wolf. We had from Kimberley, we brought in guys like Taylor McDowell back, Connor Kutzner, and I'll miss some guys. Hubby came back. He came back, but he brought Patton with him, and Patton brought Dooley. We ended up getting Dix back, and we added guys. Jordan Reedy was gone to a camp. Bryce Perplitz was gone. They all came back, I think, because of each other, as much as anything, and because of you folks. It was truly a team effort this year. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Scotty and Neil and Gary Peltzer. They do yeoman's work downstairs where it isn't a very nice atmosphere sometimes. Not only because of the colorful language, but I think because of some of the colorful smells that emanate out of that room. Without Bowman Bopat, without Jordan Corbin, without Todd White, without Craig Sturzer, bringing their expertise to the rink every night, helping these kids get better. I think you all you folks saw a huge improvement with these kids from September until a couple of days ago. We had some great kids come in here from out of province, like Jordan Bartasek. I know we brought Tyson Villette in late. There's going to be a claim, so Chad's got to do up a Hockey Canada thing. Apparently, because he had to sit beside Benucci the whole time, he's deaf in his left ear. So we had Colton Benucci come in, and one of our philosophies right from the start was not to make too many changes. We felt that to sit down with Roman, Jordan, Todd, Craig, myself, we wanted to have a team here. And to that end, I think we made 2 trades. We brought Corson Johnstone back from Revelstoke, where he was exiled for a year or so. And then we brought Tyson Villette. And I think those were the only 2 trades we made during the year. I think the biggest trade by far, and I've told them a number of times, that we may have lost the series to Fernie, but boy, did we pick their pocket when we got Mark Strachan. And not only that, they threw in $750, so this keeps getting better and better. Sometimes you miss people, and I don't want to miss anybody. If you watched us play for the last probably month, we were walking wounded. We had everybody in that dressing room had something wrong with them, and without Chad Curran being there, we probably would have had to fly the white towel a lot earlier. He kept the kids out there, and I don't know if Richard Hupsher couldn't move his right arm. Strat couldn't even do up his jersey. He couldn't tie the bow on his jersey at pictures because his arm was so sore. Tyson Villette couldn't move his arm. It goes on and on. Every one of these kids had a bump or a bruise. Owen Slucky couldn't get his skates on, but that's probably because he's from Burns Lake. Anyhow, I guess the only story I want to tell, and it was absolutely Owen. This kind of said it all for me and the kind of year it was. We did the exit interviews, Roman and I, and Jordan said to Owen, you always want to know, how was your billet? Who was your billet and how was it? So Owen said, it was Len. I said, how was that? He said, it was good, it was good. I said, how'd you eat? He said, boy, he said, every week Len would mix up a great big pot of something. He said, and we'd eat it, and then we'd eat it again. He'd microwave it, and then we'd eat it again. And I said, well, was it good? He goes, yeah, it was excellent. Well, there's one thing. And I said, what was that? He said, it had come out of the microwave and let it go. Now it's hot enough. What was the worst thing about that? He said, coming upstairs and hearing this. You didn't know which one he'd stuck it in first. So really, folks, that's, you know, we had so many people help out. You know, you billet parents are outstanding. The volunteers were outstanding. The community was outstanding. And I think the kids responded to that. We went out to look for character kids. We didn't have any problems this year off the ice. This is a great group of kids with huge heart and huge character. And hopefully, well, as Dave said, we're here to move these kids on, and we hope and pray that these kids move on to bigger and better things. If not, we hope that you come back and are a big part. Like I said, we started out with Luke last year, and this is where we ended up. If we can bring back 8 or 9 or 10 kids next year, you know, the sky's the limit, because that core group is an outstanding group of young men. And the last thing I'd like to say, maybe Foamy, Hubby, Duels, Scott, stand up. These are your 20-year-olds, folks. We couldn't have asked for a better group of 20-year-olds. They led right from the get-go, and our younger guys followed. I can't tell you how much myself and the coaching staff appreciated having those kids on. You know, without those kids, we don't have guys like Braden Ostapchuk come here and have the year he had. Ollie Dixon want to come back. Phoned me from Okotoks saying, I want to come back, I want to come back. It was such a good group of guys. Here's to you, boys.
Where is one? Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting a bit short. I'm not like Rocky. I don't like to talk much. Who knows me? It's not pretty when I talk. So. Usually, like Glenn says, it's all the beep, 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 beep. First of all, it has been a huge experience for me going from a hockey player to coach. And because of that, I would like to thank, first of all, the parents, the players, because it's huge for the players to come here. They have to pay to play hockey. It's not Western Hockey League where they actually pay you. It's not professional hockey league where they actually pay you. You have to come, have to get a job, or have to go to school, and rely on your parents to pay all the billet fees and for your hockey sticks, for equipment, or whatever you need to compete in the high level. I want to thank to the billets, because without the billets, there would no be a hockey team. You wouldn't have a place to sleep. You would have no players. I would like to thank the Dynamiters organization for allowing me the opportunity to try to go to the next level. Second of all, I couldn't have really done this without Rick Prasad, who approached me with the job, with Glenn, and all. I really couldn't done it without Jordan. He was huge help. He knows the players, he knows the league, he knows the game. Without Rocky, Whitey, Stirs, Cat, Neil, Pelt, Scotty, and all the volunteers. Because without you guys, there would no be a games. Pretty much we wouldn't exist. I want to say that I'm very proud of these guys. They show dedication. They work extremely hard every day, every night, even though they hate my guts sometimes. Well, sometimes I hate you. It's not personal, boys, but I want you guys to make it somewhere. I've been there, I've been in your shoes. I know how hard it is to make it to the next level. These boys played through the injuries, like Rocky said, and they never give up. This team is one of the greatest bunch of guys I've been involved in. For the guys who's moving on, I want to wish you all the best. Best of luck in whatever the future holds for you. For those who are willing to come back, even though they know I'm here next year, I would be very excited to coach you again and spend more time with you. And the last of my words were, I'm honored. I'm really honored to be a part of this team, part of this organization, and coach fine young gentlemen like you guys were.
And I requested, I want to say a few words. Something really special at my house a couple weeks ago, and I'm the only person that saw it. I really wanted to share with somebody. My rink in my yard was rapidly eroding. I encouraged my younger son, better get your buddies over to have one last game. So he rounds up all his buddies, and all the parents drop them off. And of course, all the parents take off. No one helps me. But Jody, I'll let you off the hook. You have 4 demon spawn at home, so. So I get all the skates on, tied up, all the gear on, and now the big race starts. Who's going to be who? And they don't fight over who's going to be Ovechkin or Gila. They fight over who's going to be Hubby. Who's going to be doing it? I'm serious. And the list goes on and on. Who's going to be Patton? So I let them sort out. I go back in the house. And I crack open the window because I want to keep an eye on everybody. Make sure no one gets lumped on, make sure no skullduggery going on. And so they get everything sorted out. And I start making snacks. They're going to be right pretty soon, something to eat. So I'm listening. All of a sudden I hear the sound of plastic hitting the ice. It's helmets. What's that? So I look out the window. And here's, you got to imagine 7-year-old boys. They're on the respective blue line. And they're belting out Old Canada. So man, that thing's a parent, that's a Kodak moment. And I'm laughing so hard I can barely keep it together. So they finish the anthem, and then somebody else, go, boys, warm up! So they start doing a condensed version of the Dynamiter warm-up. Wow. So they wrap up their warm-up, they start whacking you on the shins. Go on, boys, big game time, big two, let's go, boys, come on! Now I'm on the floor, I've lost all composure, I'm laughing so hard. They really look up to you guys. That I wanted to share this story to reflect on what a positive impact you guys had on the children of our community. And the reason why they want to be like you is of course, you're celebrities and hockey players, and you've had a great season, and some of you led your respective categories and your positions. You know, that's part of the equation. But they want to be like you because you guys choose to go to these community events, the kids club. You choose to go to the school, minor hockey practices, and you acknowledge these kids. You spend time with them. And many of you are on a first-name basis with a lot of kids in the community. Great stuff. Great stuff. When you're a hockey player or an athlete in the public, there's a lot of expectations that are bestowed upon you. And you're judged on your conduct on the ice, your conduct off the ice, how you treat people, the environment you're in, and who you hang out with. You're always judged. It comes with the territory. And it was really easy for you guys. You guys did a fantastic job because you're fantastic kids. It came natural for you. Sure, we had the rookie pickup thing, but it was dealt with quickly. Guys took their lumps, apologized, and at the end of the day, did the right thing. I can't even begin to tell you how important role models are. You know, kids look up to you. You know, they see you, how you treat people, how you talk to people. And when 5 young boys watch you guys at a restaurant and ask your autograph, they notice that you drink the pop, not something else. It's powerful.